Welcome to All Astrology, month of November, our full moon, a lunar eclipse. It's called a lunar eclipse because it's involving the full moon. Is when the sun and the moon are at opposite ends of each other, like a tug of war type of thing. That's what full moons are. And that's why full moons are so energetically intense, because it's a sort of like an emotional tug of war. Right? It's like the mother against the father type of thing. There's this push-pull thing happening. So we're having an eclipse. So this begins eclipse season. Whenever we have an eclipse, there's normally, just like our lunar cycle, because that's what it follows, the lunar cycle, right? There's that 14 days later, and then this other thing happens, right? So there's a beginning, and then 14 days later, at the full moon, there's an ending. The beginning is the new moon, and the ending is a full moon. So when November comes, right, there was the beginning of the month. November 4th was the new moon, and now we're looking at November 19th for the full moon. And this particular full moon will be an ecliptical full moon, right? For my house cusp lines, do the angles, right? Your ascendant, your IC, your midheaven, any planets of mine, right? Especially personal planets. That's a big one. Your sun, your moon, your Venus, your Mercury, your Mars. Very, very intimate, very, very personal. These represent your emotions, your energy, how you express uniquely, how you shine, how you're thinking, how you're communicating, what you value, what you love, and your actions that you take. I just went through the moon, the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. The moon is emotions, right? It's feelings, it's family, it's nurturing, it's mom. Those are some really simple words for the moon. And those are all on a micro level because those are very personal. But every sign has a micro and a macro. And when we're talking about the moon, family and mom and emotions and childhood is all the micro, right? Inward, my feelings, inner space. How am I at a emotional level? Were my needs met in childhood or not? And we say, well, you just never know what they've been through. You just never know what they're going through. Stuff they're holding on the inside, out there on the sleeve, right? That's more Mars and sun stuff. It's very obvious. You can see it. They're talking about it. They're acting on it. You can see what they're passionate about. How they feel about it may be a contradiction in how they're acting. How you can operate within the family group is so much the foundation for how you operate when you relate out there in the world with the public. So that brings up the macro meaning for the word moon. Now, the moon representing mom and family and emotions and feelings and nurturing. What do I need? Did I get what I needed when I was a little one? Micro. When we go macro, the opposite then is when we relate to the world. When we leave the home, we go on that journey, we relate with the world. We are referencing everything back to childhood, what it was that was instilled in us, what we were taught. Whether we're conscious of it or not, we're referencing it emotionally. How do we function in the system? How do I show up in this system? Where is my place in this system? And are my needs met? Are they being fulfilled? And then we go to the outside world is humanity. How do I relate to humanity as my family? Do I acknowledge, can these people who I don't even know, how are they possibly considered my family? We're not related by blood, right? We may not even vibe together. We don't have the same passions. We don't have the same beliefs. How the heck can I relate to them? About full moons and full moon eclipses, the lunar stuff is really important because there's an ebb and there's this ebb and flow. There's a tide involved, moving around and having an effect on our feelings and our emotions, but also the current and the cycles. That understanding of the micro level and the macro level, family, feelings, mom, and emotion and nurturing in my physical home, and then the big home, right? When we think about, well, what is our big home, right? Who is our big family? If humanity is your family, well, where does humanity live? Using the division of our differences to divide us, because that's so easy to do. Children do that. Actually, children don't even do that. They see beyond color and they see beyond gender. So we're kind of being asked to be as children during these difficult oppositional times.